Hey guys, today I'm going to be going over Bitcoin and Ethereum and giving my thoughts on the current state of them. Obviously, they've dropped a little bit in the recent days, but I'm going to be giving my price prediction and what I think will happen for the rest of 2021 and even longer term than that into 2022. So, first of all, Bitcoin and Ethereum are not a bubble. Long gone are the days of calling Bitcoin and Ethereum a craze that's going to disappear. A lot of people still doubt it, but there's no denying that Bitcoin and Ethereum are here to stay and are much more established than they used to be in the past, which is why their price has gone through the roof the last couple of years. Bitcoin provides a store of value like a digital gold type scenario. As gold, we treated gold as this inflation hedge in the past. It's kind of transferring into Bitcoin. I do believe Bitcoin will surpass gold's market cap within 10 years or so. It's like gold's market cap's like 10 trillion. Bitcoin's is like 1.1 trillion. So, if you do the math, Bitcoin, that's a 10x from here for Bitcoin. Um, and that would mean that Bitcoin's like $1 million in 10 years. So that's the early price prediction for Bitcoin. $1 million in 10 years guaranteed. No, I'm joking. Not guaranteed at all. Who knows where Bitcoin will be in 10 years? Could be higher, could be lower, could be the same as it today. Who knows, right? I highly doubt Bitcoin will be the same as it is today in 10 years. I believe it will be much higher personally. But who knows, right? There's always that element of risk, and Bitcoin could crash 80% and stay there for a couple of years. So who knows? Where Bitcoin is a store of value in digital gold, Ethereum is kind of a backbone of the central finance or DeFi, right? So the growth of new applications that run on the Ethereum blockchain expands the importance of its network. So one reason Bitcoin is so valuable is that it only has 21 million coins. Although Ethereum doesn't have a fixed supply, they do have coin burning, so that does keep it pretty scarce. And with Ethereum 2.0, the upgrade impending, and which is supposed to be the first half of 2022, which basically is going to transform Ethereum from a proof of work to a proof of stake consensus mechanism. It, it's going to basically make it more secure, more scalable, and safer. So that is one thing to look forward to if you're an Ethereum holder, is that 2.0 upgrade, because that's going to be a catalyst that's going to definitely affect the price in a positive way. And one thing I do want to do is just point out the fact that there are like 15,000 cryptocurrencies now, and don't get, like, if you're new to the market, a lot of people will probably try and look for small coins that you'll see on TikTok that people are promoting. Those are riskier than Bitcoin and Ethereum. These are kind of the blue chip cryptos, as I would say. But it's crazy that we're even coming to that point where we're calling a crypto blue chip. But I do believe Bitcoin and Ethereum are the safest cryptos out there. As you get further down the market cap, the lower the market cap, the riskier it is, in my opinion. The top 100 are usually, not pretty safe, but still you could lose a lot of money. So be careful. I personally just stick to Bitcoin and Ethereum. My risk tolerance is too low. I don't like risking a lot, so I don't invest in Dogecoin. I did put some money in Shiba as kind of just let's see if I can make some quick money in this, but I'm not a long term holder of anything like that. I just personally, my risk tolerance isn't good enough. And in terms of like Solana and all these other things, I do see potential and things like that. But I just see Ethereum being able to adopt and evolve over the upcoming years, and being able to do, mostly what these other cryptos will be able to do, right? So what these other blockchains are, like Solana and things like that, I think Ethereum will be able to compete in a sense and still have their advantage in terms of market cap, and they're bigger already. So, they've been a thing for a longer time. So I think Ethereum will always have that advantage over the other things. That's just my personal opinion. Doesn't mean Solana and other things can't succeed. It just means that I think Ethereum will still hold the crown over the other ones for the time being, at least. So how should you approach the market? Well, it all depends on your risk tolerance. I don't recommend putting like more than 30% of your money in Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's probably a pretty high thing. Like, I personally have like 12% of my money in crypto, and I am a pretty big believer in it. So that says a lot right there. But also my risk tolerance isn't low. So if you have a risk tolerance like a medium one, like I do, I'd say 10 to 15% at the most. I have more in stocks than I do crypto. I believe in crypto a lot more. That crypto will outperform stocks in the next 5 years for sure. But I still have more in stocks because I'm a nerd when it comes to stocks. But I do like to try and make some nice stock trades here once in a while. And I'm looking into options now too. So stocks, I think, will always be higher than crypto unless crypto performs exceptionally well, and it increases that way as a higher percentage of my portfolio. But one thing I do want to point out is dollar cost averaging. So this is how you want to approach buying Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is just how I do it, at least. You can kind of try and buy the dips if you want, but I wouldn't recommend putting all your money in Bitcoin at once, personally, because you could get burnt or you could get really lucky and it pays off. But if you do technical analysis into that stuff, like you could maybe say it's not like just a coin flip, but who really knows, right? Like, let's say you put all your money into Bitcoin, like $100,000 in 2019 or 2017 when the price was $19,000 here, right? And you just held that and didn't do anything for the next couple of years, you would be losing money. You would have lost money, and it went down to like $3,000. You would have lost almost like all your money, and then you would finally be profitable up at the early stages of 2021 or like late stages of 2020. Again, be profitable in the green. And you'd be quite heavily in the green, as you can see. But like, let's be honest here. Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, and if you dollar cost average all the way down here, your average price would probably be around. This looks like the average line, so around $10,000 would be your average price over this time. So this line here, if we just kind of zoom in, so like right here would be probably the average, I'd say, maybe a bit lower, even at like $99,000. So somewhere around here would be your average price. And look at that. So that's a lot better than up here at 20,000. Like, that's a big difference, right? But you could say the same thing on the other end of the spectrum as well. You bought it at 3,000, and it goes up to 58,000. You put $100,000 into Bitcoin at 3,000. You would have like 33 of them. Now, it's the current value over here. You're pretty rich, right? It just goes both ways, but it depends on your risk tolerance. If you want to try and buy the dips, then go for it. If you want a dollar cost average, do that as well. But just know the risks to buying all at once. I personally put $100 into a week in both Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's just the way I do it. Obviously, you can do your own research and decide how you want to take action in the market. But I just kind of want to caution you of the risks. So now it's time for the fun part, a price prediction. So in terms of US dollars, I'm Canadian, so I'm that's like $72,000 Canadian or something. But for US dollars here, I'd say I can see Bitcoin getting to around 75,000 to 80,000, somewhere in that range on the high end. That's like my kind of higher end prediction, which I think it could go well beyond that if we have an exceptional run here. But I'd say $75,000 if I had to pick a prediction that is high. My like accurate prediction, if I had to have to make one, I'd say $72,000 US at the end of the year, and then a low one would be 65. So somewhere around 65,000 to 75,000 is where I see the Bitcoin ending this year. It could skyrocket well past $100,000. It could go lower, right? Not financial advice. That's just my thoughts. And we'll go over to Ethereum here. So Ethereum, its current price is $4,200. I could see Ethereum doing really well. It was up 4.29% in the last day, so that's pretty good. Almost 5% actually. And look at the 7-day chart. People are panicking, but we're still up in the 7 days. So Ethereum's on the uptrend. Although we've had a kind of boring week, you gotta take a step back here and think, okay, look at the last month. We had a pretty boring month in general, but it dropped. It was up here and it went back down. But look, a month ago, we're at the same spot. Look at 3 months ago, we're way higher still, right? Although we've had a boring month, look back a couple of months and you'll see that we really have performed incredibly the last couple of months. And I personally see Ethereum breaking out on a high estimate to around, I'd say $7,500. So 7,500 US. So that is a pretty big increase from here. That's my high end prediction. If I had to say a conservative one, it would be around 5,800 to 6,200, somewhere in that range. I think Ethereum is going to do really well at the end of this year, and we'll see. But we'll see who's right. And yeah, these could be completely wrong. They could easily go down to end the cycle, but traditionally, when you look at the past cycles, Ethereum is really mocking Bitcoin in 2017. Like the price chart is really, really similar. So Ethereum's 2021 price chart is really similar to Bitcoin's 2017 price chart. And obviously, that's not a metric that you can say, oh, 100% it's going to work, but it is something interesting to keep an eye on. And if Ethereum performs like Bitcoin did in 2017, it's going to go really high. It's going to go to like 10,000 or something, I think it is, US. But obviously, there's no guarantees of that happening. It's just kind of a cool thing, and they've been following suit pretty well so far. I think Ethereum will definitely be up from here to end the year, at least, I think at $5,000. I hope at least. We'll see what happens, though. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel for stock, crypto, and investing content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.